Today, from TI.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
From his end zone, here's Tremont Smith. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
I think when we really analyze the 2021 NFL season, Houston Texans quarterback Davis Mills, he deserves a lot more credit than he got for leading a bad team last season. Circumstances led the third-round rookie to being thrown in as the team starter, and he really came on after some early struggles. 4 300-yard games from him, he led Houston to a big upset of the Chargers to help keep L.A. out of the playoffs.
They run with a rookie from Florida, Dameon Pierce. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. The numbers on the ground for Pierce last week. 18 carries, 5 yards past 100, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Mills' throw complete here, pulled in by Brate. 7 yards there and a first down. Mills now going to keep it.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Mills now.
It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakin.
Look, there he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, they were advancing the ball. They had a couple first downs under their belt, but a big mistake there on the opening drive leads to 6 points the other direction.
And what a good read that was on his part, Brandon, because it prevents a possible scoring drive with how they were moving things along. And it gives the defense the early advantage. It was going to be a definitely entertaining battle between these units.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point.
And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
This taken in at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Mills. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up second down.
On second down, here's Pierce. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47. Mills. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he is going to have a Texans first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47.
Give left side for Pierce.
And he's got room. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. First down, they go right back to Pierce.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Now Mills.
And he's got it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going. Out of bounds.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Pierce. Is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Well, we have seen the stiff arm get a bit of renaissance here in recent seasons, and that was pure strength there as he forced his way into the end zone.
And when you think of guys who use the stiff arm so effectively, I go back to guys like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, some recent guys like Marshawn Lynch. Let's go to the Wayback Machine. Bronco Nagurski, he dealt out a wicked stiff arm.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
This one fielded at the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here's the second-year man from Clemson, Travis Etienne.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Throwing again on second down. Lawrence. He targets Ingram for another grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Straight ahead, Etienne.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. On 2nd and 11 now.
Lawrence.
Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Etienne.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
On 1st down, right back to Etienne. Down at the 25. The 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it?
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Travis Etienne. That's his 19th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead.
Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly. And on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Dameon Pierce taking the field with the rest of the Texans offense.
Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October, because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season, and of course it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage. And boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Throwing, Mills. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Texans on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 11.
Mills to throw it.
Underneath, he's got Bray. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Going to be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls, because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Etienne up the middle.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And they'll go again with Etienne.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
A give to Etienne running right.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence.
And that is incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
On the counter, Etienne.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you.
And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted.
Desmond King picks it.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Mills now looks to throw on 1st down.
He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
First down, Mills.
Underneath, he's got Brait. And it's a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
A handoff for Etienne.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Another tote for Etienne.
They find some open field here.
And they are in the field goal range now as he's got the first down at the 26.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack.
Lawrence. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted.
Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler.
And the Texans are going to get it back here. Shy of the 20.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead, finish up the half, and get on out and talk about it.
So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with the coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital. And it's the visitors who are out in front in the second quarter. Taylor Heineke throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. From there, we'll head to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who are out in front. 3 touchdown passes in that one for Justin Herbert. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Javonte Williams, a touchdown run in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he returns this to the 22.
So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10.
Second half starts with a run by Etienne.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
80 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And quickly they get to the line.
Etienne once more.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
They'll try the left side with Etienne.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. On play action, Lawrence.
He'll buy some time right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
A give running right, Etienne.
Room here. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Travis Etienne.
Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Jags go up by 2 touchdowns.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a two-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering.
He's got a man complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
On 1st and 10, Mills. Underneath, he's got Brate. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. 4 yards remain for second down. Looking to throw is Mills.
And Cooks has it over the middle.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Mills again. To Pierce, they set up the screen.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15.
Now an option play on second down.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The quarterback run good for 10 that time, but it does lead to a third down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Third and short yardage, Mills.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Chris Moore. His third touchdown now on the year.
And the Texans are back within a score.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. 2nd and 5 now.
Lawrence
finds his tight end Ingram.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Going for it, here's Etienne.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
You don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
166 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. On second down, a run with Etienne.
Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Here's a give to Etienne.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And they'll run here with Etienne.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he's got some space here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Now Etienne.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
A handoff running left is Etienne.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Travis Etienne.
A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Jaguars add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead now up to 14. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Houston's offense taking over again. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right, they did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And the Jaguars are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
Etienne with it.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Straight ahead, Etienne. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Here we go on 4th down. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run. It's Etienne. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Here's Etienne. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 yards, good enough for a first. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And they'll go again with Etienne. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. Ten yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone. On 2nd and 7, Lawrence. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll run with Etienne. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Travis Etienne taking it in from a yard out. And the Jaguars are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And Mills is intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Foyesade and the wicket. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
To throw, Mills.
And that's complete to Cooks. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Mills to the air again. He's got his man. It's Pierce.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mills. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long.
He's going to let it fly. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Mills on 1st down.
Throw left side complete. That's Pierce. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. To throw again on 2nd down.
Mills.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Open man is Mechie, and he's got him.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Jaguars, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.